Hey, welcome back to Milton Daily Homes. Chuck here. We got a list of 12 properties on the Toronto system, one more on the Oakville Milton. And so we start off with this one on Campbell Avenue, 329. It's right in Campbellville, so nice quiet hamlet of Campbellville. 66 by 125. It's got 3 bedrooms, but one of them's on the main floor, 2 are upstairs. It faces train tracks, which probably is not an ideal thing when you're selling a house, but we've also seen where the value of a home is not substantially affected in some cases. In other cases it is. Here I'd be concerned if I woke up and put my head up that I'd get the top of it lopped off by the fan here. So the bedrooms definitely look a little bit smaller. It is a nice sized lot, and that's what you get at 329. Just like they said in the description, you can buy a townhouse maybe for this price. The other thing is that I've seen this home for sale a couple times in the last few years, and I'd have to see if it actually did sell or if it was just, the listing that was out and it didn't sell. I just looked up a property in Etobicoke for clients, and so it's sold 5 times in the past 10 years, and that's a lot. So I would go to the neighbors, not the immediate neighbors, because they could actually be the problem and the reason why people are selling. But I would go to them and just say, maybe 3 or 4 doors down, just say, hey, I've noticed that house has been for sale quite often. Is there something I should know? I'm thinking about moving to the neighborhood. And you'll be amazed what people say. So when you're making this kind of an investment in a home, why not just do a bit of street work and just check out what the word on the street is. So very important thing to do. 1380 Costigan number 5 is 329. So the way these are set up is that there's this door which goes to the 2nd and 3rd level, and then you have a main floor and the basement. So in total there's 4 levels. This is one of the lower level ones. So your ground floor, you've got kind of an open concept family room, which they're using as a dining room because downstairs in the rec room is where they spend most of their time. And then you also have 1 bedroom on this level with a bathroom. So really this could be main floor living. This could be something where you don't have to use stairs, and the basement could be a place where you've maybe got like an older son or daughter or something. I'm thinking of like an older person with a grown-up child. This area is normally, there's 2 bedrooms plus a rec room here and a bathroom, and I think what they did was they eliminated one of the bedrooms to give themselves more space in that lower rec room. So it's kind of a niche thing. Usually they don't sell for this kind of price. They've got good square footage, but half of your living space is underneath, is like below grade level, and there is a condo fee of about $80 there, road maintenance, lawns, that kind of stuff. There's not a whole lot of stuff that's included with that, which means it's probably going to remain relatively stable. 100 Millside Penthouse 3. The possession is August 15th. It looks like there's a tenant inside, so try and look past some of the belongings. Tenants aren't obviously trying as hard as owners to get the place sold. 349 seems like it's in line for the 1135 square feet. There's also 2 parking spots, and so yeah, it seemed like there's no photos. It's hard for me, but if it's half decent inside, we have seen the homes like in that sort of penthouse sky suite. They go for $330 to $350 usually if they've had some kind of update. So Spire is $412, and it's an Emery model. It's pretty open concept on the main floor. It looks like they've chosen some nice finishes and upgrades. I don't think they'll have much of a problem selling at this price. Martin Street is $465, and so it's got a 1-bedroom basement apartment. If you actually do the numbers, and I've talked about this last week when I sent out that investment condo opportunity in Kitchener-Waterloo, here's the thing, like the prices are lower, so you could get in on something like that and rent it for like $1,400 and buy it for $208. You might rent a whole townhouse in Milton that you pay $370 for, and you get the same rent. So what's your better option? Move your price point down, because then that becomes cash flow. And so I've said this before, and I'll say it again, is that Milton is a good place to buy your own house, but I don't always see the opportunities with investment properties that I see in other areas. and a lot of that has to do because there's the price is a bit higher than if you go even a half hour away. You see the prices go down a lot faster than the rents go down. This one on Martin, I think the ideal person is somebody who wants to live on the main floor and then has the basement as added rental income. And you've got a nice sized lot. You're about 56 by 124. And you're close to Taco Bell. So if you've seen the ads, breakfast is coming at Taco Bell. And I don't know about you, but I think this looks pretty disgusting. Anyway, I mean, I got off the whole wheat and sugar thing for the most part a couple months ago, and I feel fantastic. But Taco Bell breakfast, I'm not sure how that's going to work out. Maybe I'm wrong. But Milton Brook is 484.9. We're about 1854 square feet, 4-bedroom, semi-detached. Not a big fan of the way this one's laid out from what I can see here. It looks very long and narrow. Yeah, and then the bedrooms look decent size from the pictures, but they're also a little bit compressed. You're talking about 9.48, 9.48, less than 10. It starts to feel a little bit tight. And then if you look at the fourth bedroom, you have to put a fence in here, obviously. 9.97 by 9.64. It's a little bit small, right? So we're talking about that might be a better office than like an older child's bedroom. 9-foot ceiling on the main floor probably makes a big difference. I would rather go to something Mattamy that's a few years older, and I pay $450 or $460 for a very nice comparable sized home. Holloway is $489, so this is semi, and can't tell the model just by looking at it. I think I have an idea between two of them, but it's hard to tell. Finished basement on this one. It's one of the ones that are less than 2,000 square feet. It's not the Azalea model. Clark Boulevard is 519. We're looking at a Powell model. And you'll notice that all the, let me just turn my phone off. You'll notice all the signs actually they're all whited out on all these photos here. They've converted the Powell model and they've actually made two separate areas. So they've made it a little bit more closed concept. Typically this is an open area, or it's got a little bit of a fireplace with a cutout wall here, but they've closed it off. They put the door there and upgraded flooring upstairs. Busier street plus no finished basement at 520. We've seen this model or similar size models with finished basements go in the 520 range, so they're a little bit high, I think. Woodward is 614. We're dealing with a home that's more than 2,500 square feet. You've got carpet, mismatched appliances. I don't know why you're showing an aquarium, because again, this is the stuff we talked about all week, is that the buyer's not buying the aquarium, they're buying the house. So I don't see why you'd even put that in. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't think this one shows very well. Although, bonus points for the bidet. Gotta appreciate the bidet, even though I've never in my life used one. The thought of one sounds interesting. Dalgleish or Dalgleish, people say it in different ways, 639. Green Park home, Hadfield 5, and it looks nice inside. This is actually high cabinets for Green Park. Typically, I always get upset at Green Park because their cabinets are always so low. Costcorp sometimes does that too. But nice finishes in the kitchen. You've got your pot lights there, California shutters. I think this one would look, and I'm not saying the photos are bad, but I think this one would probably even show better in person than it does in the photos. And I think they should be okay. There's a lot of competition at the 620 mark, so there's a bit of a gravitational pull right now. Lancaster is 2,800 square feet with basically everything you can imagine done to this home. It's a really nice floor plan. You've got a separate living dining here, so this is your living room, which is a great home office or a sitting area, or a place for a secondary TV area where the husband can go watch football, the wife can go watch whatever wives watch, Real Housewives or of whatever. Finished basement here, another bathroom down there. They've opened the staircase up, moldings, nothing you can poke holes in with this one here. It's and Lancaster does get some traffic, but it also has some it's a nice visual street. The homes generally are kept very well. You've got the forest on the one side of Lancaster. Lovely stuff. You've even got your 6-burner stove. No detail was left with that one, so I like it a lot. I actually think the price isn't that far off. 2,800, half decent without a finished basement, and not at that level of upgrades, goes for you know, sort of mid to higher sixes anyway. So Inglis is $990. Selling a vacant house is a completely different animal. It's about a 1.5 acre property. You've got wallpaper. You've got kind of, you know, like some brassy finishes. It may be, and even the yellow color doesn't exactly help this one. You gotta really play a different game when you're selling a vacant house, and even those window coverings are not helping this situation. So we just had a situation where clients moved out of a house. It wasn't selling. They decided to use us because we had a previous relationship with them, but they tried it with another agent for a few months. We went in, we changed 4 light fixtures, we repainted, did a few minor things, but we, instead of halving where half the furniture was in, we said take it all out, and what do you know, it sold a week later for the price that they were looking for. So vacant homes, people notice the flaws a lot more easily. Like they'll notice scuffs on the walls, they'll notice if your lights aren't good. So you have to really play a different game versus having furniture in. It's not that different, but you still got to be really careful. So I like it's under $1 million because you can buy this at 5% down. If it's over $1 million, you got to put 20% down. That's the CMHC rules. And you know, the thing is I would hope someone buying in this range would have more than 5% down, but you could, is the bottom line. So price point wise, I think that there's stuff that I would probably choose before this one, but it's got a lot of space. It's a big home that probably needs $50,000 to $100,000 worth of work to really kind of bring it up and give it some new life. So in that sense, you might even find yourself on the other side of $1 million. Would it be worth that? Probably. Last one is Forbes. I would even buy something like this for $899. It's a completely different size of property. I mean, we're dealing with 45 by 100, but even that in Milton is not too bad. It's a really, really nice, let me reload this link. It doesn't seem to be working. It's very, very nice inside. There we go. So we've got that nice 8-foot door. Normally I'm not a fan of the shoestring shot, but I think that this gives a good sense. I like when things architecturally, Heathwood built this one, is that there's some round to it. It's not just like so boxy. I like Madame layouts, but I find that sometimes they are a little bit sort of square and regular. That's the front Palladium window. You've got a great looking kitchen, very simple. They've really done a great job at decluttering. There's the entrance from the garage, so you've got a lot of space here to you know, put your shoes and your jackets and all the rest of it organized, right? Nice. You've got a sitting area up in the master bedroom. Plus you have a finished basement, you're backing onto forest, and I believe you've got a slightly wider lot there too. So all in all, you have everything that you want. You get it under $900,000. I think this is one of the ones that I've been the most excited about in the 8 to 9 range in a fairly long time. So very, very nice. And if I had 3 thumbs, I'd give it 3 thumbs up on this one on Forbes. Amazing. So have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow with more Milton Daily Homes.